All right, this is Daryl Mart with ApexInvesting.com. This is an Apex Sniper series of Be the Target or Be the Sniper. You choose. So, again, Happy New Year to everybody. And our first webinar of the new year. Hope y'all all had a fantastic new year. Got our normal risk disclosures. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. All that fun stuff. Let's see. Hope you had a great holidays. And I hope every one of y'all, and our goal is to help you make 2021 the best year yet you've had in trading. How does that sound? Who's looking for 2021 to be their best year? Yeah, me too. So I've got some lofty goals. Let's make it happen. If you haven't watched last week's recording, I highly recommend you watch it. You can go to youtube.com/Apex Investing. Okay? And you click on videos, and it'll show you the videos with the timestamps on them. So if you're ever trying to find a video from a certain date, that is the easiest way to find it. We're going to be having a thing called Thrive. Thrive in 2021 is going to be our live online event that we're going to have this year. We have one every year. And the theme of it is going to be called Thrive. So, because this is a year that we're going to be thriving. And we'll be having the live online event in March. We'd love to do it in person, but with coronavirus still, not quite ready to launch out a live event. We'll be sending out details on it in February. Subjects we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over order prince rejection. We're going to talk about John's favorite trade. If John had to pick one trade, and it's not even a trade setup that we teach, okay? It's just one of, we have a lot of trades. We have dozens of trades. And if there's just one trade that he had to choose, we're going to be teaching what that one trade is. It's extremely simple and extremely effective. We're going to be teaching Lori's no-brainer trades. We're going to be talking more about trading psychology. We're going to talk about walls and how to do them. We're going to talk about Rhodes level bounces, something a lot of y'all had questions about. And a big thing is we're going to talk about combining simplicity and sniper to improve your accuracy on both. We've done a lot of trading on simplicity. We've done a lot of trading on sniper. But me and John both are going to be doing training on how to combine simplicity and sniper to improve your accuracy. How does that sound for an event for 2021? What do y'all think about that? So, we're just trying to think of, what are the things that we think would help you thrive, take you to just another level. All right, so getting some great feedback on it. Awesome. So, again, look forward to getting information on this in early February. We'll be having the event in early March. Okay? Some reminders. If you signed up for the New Year's special and you already had an existing account, like you had a silver account, and you signed up for a gold for silver, or you upgraded to an annual or a lifetime, make sure to cancel out the old one in the help desk. Okay? So make sure to let us know that you had 2 subscriptions. You need to cancel the other one so you didn't get double billed. On your data feeds, make sure you go in. A lot of people haven't done this. Go to Tools, go to Options, and go to Market Data. And then under your Historical and Live, set your futures data to CQG or IQ feed or Rhythmic or whatever it is that you're using, but make sure to set it to whatever data feed you're using. A lot of people just have none in there, and you need to specify which one you're using, okay? So I've noticed that quite a few times with people lately. They've had some issues. So I've seen a lot of people also trading Sim as their leader account, like they're trading minis, and they have, say, 2, 3, 4 mini accounts with the trade copier, and they're using Sim. Sim is always going to get filled. It's Sim, okay? So make sure you're using one of your actual accounts to be a leader on the account. The only time you should be really using Sim is when you're trading micros on a mini account. So if you're on the mini chart like the NQ, and you're trading sim in that to trade MNQ, that's fine. But if you're trading NQ to trade NQ on multiple accounts, your leader account should be one of your actual accounts. Otherwise, you're going to be like, why are my trades getting filled? Why did only one get filled? Why did this get filled? So, anybody relate to that? Is that hopefully learn a couple things there? Hey, I got a couple. That is me. So, here's another big one. I've noticed this like on 3 people's computers I hopped on this week. They're like, my computer's going slow. My TA's not taking trades. They had like 6, 8, 10 TAs open. Okay, trading assistants for the Markers Plus automated trading. And you should only have a maximum of 3. Okay, again, you should only have a maximum of 3. Yeah, Mark, if you're having a problem with that, then just let me know in the room tomorrow morning, and I'll help you out, but it'll allow any account to be your leader account. You just have to choose that as the leader and choose it on your trade copier. But don't have more than 3 TAs. All right? When I say 3, I don't mean 3 charts. I mean 3 charts with trading assistants on them, where you actually load the TA template. Like, don't load it on MNQ and NQ, and YM and MYM, and ES and MES. Just load it on NQ, YM, and ES. If you want to have other charts open, if you can have, I don't care if you have 20 charts open, if your computer can handle it, but don't have more than 3 TAs. It does a lot of processing, and it'll slow it down. Okay? Somebody asked, where did I find that place? Again, that's under Tools to set your data feed, Options, Market Data. And then you'll see there's a historical and a live. Make sure they both say the same thing. Okay, question coming up. This is a good one. How come my TA is always in a different order? That is a NinjaTrader, I want to say bug, but it's not a bug. They just didn't, since it's multi-processor now, things load in a different order versus it just in one order using one processor. You can do a couple things. One, you can hit F5 to make it load until like the dot one is at the top. Or you can go in and change like one thing, like the name of one indicator or something, like with an extra character. And it should line all back up right after you do that and hit OK. So that should help you out. Okay, Ray? Big book I recommend everybody read. Who's read this book, Think and Grow Rich? All right, I got a lot of people. Who's read it recently? Okay, I can tell you every time I've read this book, I've made over $1 million in that year. And I've read it several times. Who has not read the book Think and Grow Rich? I don't know a single millionaire, and I know a lot of millionaires. I don't know a single millionaire that has not read that book. And you can't just read it, you got to do it. You got to take notes, you got to put the things into practice. But it really teaches you how to think like somebody who makes money. And just get the old one. Don't get the new version, don't get the kid version, don't get the new millennial 2020 version. Get the old 1930s version. Okay? Plus it has a lot of cool historical stories in it. But I mean, I think you can download it for like $1 or for free on like Kindle. I recommend this being one of those books that you actually buy. Like hop on Amazon and buy it and get the paperback. Because you need to make a lot of marks on it. I've read it digitally and I've read it in paper, and it always has more impact. Yes, it's by Napoleon Hill. And Andrew Carnegie hired Napoleon Hill to interview a bunch of very wealthy men like Carnegie himself, Rockefeller, Ford, Edison, all these guys on how they thought and what the similar things were between them. And also to study people who had fallen from being rich and what caused them to fall. Okay? So, I highly recommend reading this book. Again, I don't know a single millionaire. I've met, I'd say at least 30 or 40, if not more, like multi-millionaires. If not a lot more, but at least that many that I could name. And every one of them has read that book. Okay? So, yeah, don't read it while driving. And I mean, I'm telling you, like, yeah, you can get the audiobook, you can get the digital, but get the paperback. Sit down and pay attention, read it, underline it, highlight it. And I mean, I literally took the book and I took entire notes and summarized each chapter. Like, typed them out, summarized each chapter for myself. All right? So, do that as soon as possible. You want to have a amazing, thriving 2021, get that book. Okay? The Apex Chart Trader. Who's been liking the Apex Chart Trader? Awesome. You don't change the name on the TA, Paul. You just change the name of an indicator. All right, so y'all are liking that. So if you don't know what the chart trader is, you just go over here. You got to make sure your chart trader is enabled. Like right there, you click on this button here and you click chart trader. And then you got to right click on your chart and go to indicators. Whoops, that's not indicators, that's data series. Right click on your chart, go to... Really? I can do it. All right. Go cut indicators. And when it eventually decides to pop up, then you'll see chart traders right there. Okay, and you add it to your chart. And what this allows you to do, here, let me put my account on SEM. All right, is if a bar closes up or down, I'm able to easily enter the trade. So, who in here maybe doesn't have the TA, or even has the TA, and sometimes they don't get to the TA fast enough, and they use the chart trader? Anybody have a problem with maybe missing orders? Like by the time you click on here and click buy, it's already moved past your order, like that right there. See that? So this is like if you go buy close, if this bar does close up, it'll automatically like place my order 2 ticks above. I have a 2 tick offset above. And by the way, I can change this to say sniper, and it'll just show the sniper buttons. Okay, or if I think it's going to close down, I can click cancel and hit sell close. Close down, boom, done, profitable. Could you have got that order on fast enough that just now happened? Did y'all see how fast that went? Okay, and see, we got a profit on it because, boom, it was fast. And all I had to do was go sell close. Now, of course, wait until you have a setup. Don't just be randomly pushing them like I am right now on Sim. But when you have a setup, all you got to do is hit, either buy close or sell close. Okay? And then you can also go over, and again, on simplicity, you may have to turn on your chart trader right here. And I can leave it to all or choose simplicity, which is the buy high, sell low buttons. And so if I think it's going to close down, I can click sell low. And let's say both of these were angling down. And so I was trying to get into a new simplicity entry like I would have back here. Then if this bar closes down, it didn't. We'll hit another one. Then it'll place the order below it for me. So we'll see if this one closes up or down. You never know what the market's right now, especially with this whole Senate thing going on. Didn't close. I'm just going to keep hitting it until it does. Maybe I should change my direction. It'll go down now that I hit that. Yep. Come on. Marcus moved like 100 points tonight, and it wants to move like 2 points whenever we do the video. Okay, here we go. All right, bar is going to close here in a few seconds. Puts the order on for me. It's sitting there, waiting for it to be broken. Now, if it doesn't break the high by the end of this bar in a simplicity trade, see how both those were angling up? So that'd be an early entry simplicity trade. Okay? So I wait to see if this bar closes up and enters. If it doesn't, I cancel it out. And it's nice because it gets it right there, because you don't know on a simplicity chart like where the close is going to be. So you almost have no choice but to use buy and sell market. With this, you can actually use a stop limit order and have it placed right above the high or right below the low. And see, now that it didn't close up, what do? I just cancel it out. And then it has a built-in ATM on it. There's a video on how all this works. Right now, it's free through the 15th. Okay? And again, I think it's an essential thing for simplicity, because it's the only way you're going to get the price right on the dot. Yeah, I usually use 2-tick offsets on everything. But yeah, I mean, especially if you're trading simplicity, but even helpful for sniper. I got some people that even use the automation that are like, I use the TA just as much, if not more than the automation. So now it's not going to know if it's a trade, right? It's only going to place the trade based on you telling it to. Right? So you still have to pay attention. But it's super helpful. I promised y'all that we were going to sell it at a really low price. There's companies out there that charge $600, $1,000, I've even seen $2,000. We're only going to charge $97 for it. So $197 normal price, but we're going to do a promotion where it's $97. We already have the link up. And if you're having a problem with the link, then please submit a ticket and let me know what page you're clicking on, and I'll fix that link for you, or John can fix it. Or you can go to the home page and click on it. But it's also, let me show you, if you just log into the website and click on buy any plan or product, the chart trader's at the bottom of the list. So if you just click on the menu on the website and click buy any plan or product, again, the chart trader is on the bottom of the list. Okay, so if you're trying to sign up for it, you can sign up for it now. It's $97 for life. You don't have to be a member of Apex to keep it. It's a lifetime purchase, only $97. Is that fair? Is that a good price? You can use it on 2 computers. So yeah, so y'all can go ahead and y'all can sign up for that now. Again, if there's a link not working somewhere, somebody said that, let me know. We'll fix that. I just got it all up today. Somebody just asked, how do I get Chart Trader on my simplicity chart? You click on this little button right here at the top, and you click Chart Trader, and then you got to add the indicator. So Mark's like, it's already saved me hundreds of dollars. So I try to keep things really affordable. Like I said, I've always built Apex in the way that I wish somebody would have made a trading company when I started out. So, let's see here. What else do we got on that list? Data feed confusion. Some people are wondering if will IQ feed connect to your Lilu account? No, it will not. But you're allowed to connect to both IQ feed and Rhythmic at the same time. It's just if you're using IQ feed, set that, and you subscribe to the CME Minis futures, set that to your futures data feed. Okay? Yeah, there's a video under Section 8. I can't see hyperlinks inside of GoToWebinar, unfortunately, Trampus. But we'd have to wait for there to be a trade to show you the TA in action. But this is it right here. You just go in and you select, you turn it on, you select your account, and you select your ATM, and then you just click long or short. And it places the trades. You won't have to do anything once you purchased it. You may have to restart Ninja, but that's it. Oh, the chart trader in action one more time? Yeah. If the market will move. So here, hit buy close. And then if this bar does close up, it'll trigger the order. It's going to close down on us. See, I did it after the bar closed. All right, there we go. See? It's in. Boom. Take profits in. And then I can just, close it out. Yeah, super, super simple to use. Yeah, I mean, you can get a Lulu account if you're just doing one or two of the setups. I mean, all you need is one or two. The other setups just give you more trades faster. Okay, so last thing I got on the list is to do some chart review. You want to do some chart review? I figured we could look at yesterday and today. See if we can knock that out in the next 30 minutes. So the link for Chart Trader is simply log into apexinvesting.net, but then just go to apexinvesting.com/chart trader. And then it'll pop up. So right here, click here to learn about the chart trader. Oh, that's the one that's going to the trade copier. Oh, no, it says chart trader. No, it says trade copier. That's interesting. Okay, I'll figure it out. But let me just give you the easiest way to get there. Log in. To your account. I'll show you how to sign up for it. And then under account menu links, go to sign up for any plan or product. And then on the sign up page, there it is, Chart Trader plugin. Okay? All right. So everybody will be able to find it with that right there. And John will go ahead and I think he can post it in the chat. And we'll fix the links. Like I said, I just got it up today. I hadn't had a chance to go through it all. That was John's job. He must have missed something. You said you were checking it. Okay, let's do some... Did you? You're making stuff up. Oh, crap. Okay, now it's my fault. Yeah, you're right, twice a day. All right, let's see here. Okay. I don't know why I let him on these webinars. All right. This is yesterday, so let's start doing some chart review on yesterday. Yesterday was a little interesting. Really was nothing there between 8:30 and 9:30. And we don't trade till 9:35. So we'll fast forward. Yes, that is just 5 minutes of time. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we got a filtered TX. All right, so you know the drill if you've been on these with us. Do you take it or do you not take it? I'm getting both. Yeses and nos. All right, the one challenge with this trade is what? Stop for a second if you said yes, and what do you see that might be a reason you wouldn't want to take this trade? Right into settlement. So beyond that, it looks great, but it's going right into settlement. Now, the trade worked out, but wasn't necessarily what we were looking for. So if you said yes, you would have made money, but you would have been taking a risky trade. Okay, sorry. All right. We got another trade. This would be 1 bar, 2 bars. If you're going to take this trade, all right, it'd be a filter TX. It'd be HDD, but you'd want to be taking it right before the level. Would y'all agree with that? Is there anything that gives you a big red flag about this trade? Giving everybody a chance to make sure you see it. Yeah, all those clusters. Ah! So I'd probably stay away from that one too. Even though, again, it did work out. It's amazing how well these trades work even when they go against the rules. Okay, right here. Do we take this trade? Nope. It's a naked TX, and it's going into a wall. Still worked out. So this is why I said it was an interesting day. We didn't get like trades like 3 trades in 5 minutes like we do a lot of times. Okay, there's a third bar swing. Would you take that third bar swing? No, you want it early in the trend. Right? Is that early in the trend or is that pretty late in the trend that started way back here? So James asked, should you always have filtered on in the direction of DR? I usually do unless there's obstructions and then I turn it off. If you watch the training and I say when to turn on each button, that's when I say leave on unless you see obstructions. It's actually not that hard to process in real time. It takes a little bit of getting used to and training your eyes. But you have audio alerts. You get a early market alert because it shows below it. And you put your order on before it closes. And again, you can use the chart trader or the automation to help you get it. But no, this trade you do not want to take. It is late in the trend. Oh, you want my wand pointer? Okay, hold on a second. All right, like that. My Harry Potter wand. Yep, that's pretty much it, Andrew. That and chop, you know. 2-3 bar chop. Oh, there's a TX right there. Okay, so here's a TX. Do we take this TX? No, we are in coil chop. So it's coil chop. Coil chop means down, up, down. We don't take the only trade that we take, the 2 trades we can take in coil chop. Double TXs and elevators. That's it. Okay? And double TXs are only in 3-bar coil chop, not 4 or more. Same with elevators. And elevators have to be early in a trend. It was going into a dynamic magnet, but it would have had, you could have taken profit before it, technically. So this has been a very patient required morning, right? We haven't had setups that have lined up. And one of the things I emphasized last week was you have to choose to be patient. What is the number for your bar design? Trend, reversal, open, offset. What? Oh, 10 is how many ticks it is from open to close. And 50% is where it opens. And then the size of the bar is high to close. It was an ETX, but again, it was in coil chop, and we don't take ETXs in coil chop. We only take elevators and double TXs. So right now we got a SLZ. Do we take this trade? No, going right into a level, and it's not coming off of a level. Has to come off of a level. So I want to go over yesterday because, like I said, this is a bit of a challenging day because you're sitting here what feels like forever. Right there, is that a trade? Is that a valid trade? A bar without any wick is 10 ticks from open to close of the measurement of the bar. Nope, going into settlement, and it's a naked TX on top of that against DR. Okay, what about this trade? Got a filter TX with DR. Nothing in the way. Can we take that? I mean, DR is like right at the yellow level, so it's not too low. All right. First trade. Yeah, and coming off a mini magnet. I like that. A winner. Okay, do we take that one? Nope. Coil chop. Do we take that one? Nope. Coil chop. Along with other things. Okay, do we take this short? Nope. Do we take this long? Nope. Coil chop. And you'll notice how many of the trades still work out, but it's on those days when they don't work out that it bites you. Now, do we take this trade? Here's an interesting one for you. So it's a range-bound trade, and it actually is like an ODD trade by like a tick. Equal to or greater than, or less than. I mean, not an ODD trade, but just a range-bound trade. Sorry, I'm confusing people. Yeah, it's equal ticks. But just the range-bound trade alone makes it a valid trade to me. We got room, nothing's in the way. Got a lot of mini magnets to draw it up to. How many times have you seen things go up to mini magnets? Maybe it breaks and maybe it doesn't, but it'll get drawn up to those mini magnets. And there's 4 of them right above it. Let's watch what happens. Got drawn right up to them before it turned around. So that's 2 wins. Okay, what about right here? Do we take this trade? You can go against the DR on a range-bound TX trade. So that last trade that we went over, I mean. So this trade I would not take. You got 2 3-bar chop. You're against DR. I mean, it just nothing. Okay? By the way, all that time I just went past was like 4 minutes, which feels like forever when you're sitting there, but we're only 30 minutes into the trading day. Okay, what about right here? It's an HD trade. Got a double mini magnet and a paw. It's got a range, and it takes profit before the wall. So, I mean, we're talking about an ETX with a double mini magnet without anything in the way of the take profit. That's also an HD. It's barely a range, but it's a range. You had a lower low, and you had a lower high. So we had a lot more range bound. So I notice how I said range bound. Like technically, by the bare definition of HD, is HD, but it's range bound. You can add HD in there. I mean, think about in this move up and this move up. This move up had 196 contracts. This move up had 1,457 contracts. The exact same distance. So I mean, again, think about that. These 4 bars moving up had 196 contracts. These 4 bars moving up had 1,457 contracts. 743% more than that move up. And it did make a higher high. Does that make sense? I mean, even if you're looking at it just as a range bound, it's like, well, that part of the range and that part of the range, this one had like 7 times as much volume and still couldn't go higher. Yeah, so like it's trying to climb and it's just not having a lot of success despite all the orders being filled. So that's the total from here to here. So I would take that trade. And again, because it's not going into it. Yeah, massive absorption going on. I mean, there's a lot of reasons I would take it. It's coming off a dynamic magnet. It's got double mini magnet. It's a paw. It's an ETX. It's a range-bound trade. By semi-definition, I mean, by technicality, it's an HD trade. But more than anything, just looking at that range and that range, it's 7 times as much volume and the exact same move in tick distance. And still not making a higher high. Yeah, 2 3-bar is chopped, but not 4. So for the TA to have taken that trade, you would have had to use this one right here. This is for all your TXs that aren't double. This is like for your ODD, your HDD, your ETXs, your range-bound trades. Like you would have had to have that one selected short. All right, so that's 3. And look how it went. Woo! All right. What about this trade right here? Yeah, exactly. It was a kink in the hose. Kink and burst, exactly. So we don't take that trade. What about this trade right here? Do we take this one? Nope. It's not ODD because it didn't make a lower high. So a lower low. It would have had to make a lower low to be ODD. And see, this low is higher than that low. So it's not a surprise that it makes a higher low with less volume. It's a surprise when it makes a lower low with less volume. All right, we got a SLZ trade right here. Coming off a dynamic magnet in the wall, laid a mini magnet. Is that a valid trade? Doesn't matter if it's with DR or not. SLZs do not have to be with DR. Yeah, it's on one line and it's close to the wall. Okay, now here is something that I think is really important. When you see coil chop, all right, after you got in a trade like that, either exit or move to break even. It is off a major level. It's off of a wall and it's off a dynamic magnet. Dynamic magnets are considered major levels. Either get out or move your stop to break even. Okay? It's within 2 points of the wall. And it's on the dynamic magnet. It's pushing off of the big orange line here. The dynamic magnet's pushing right off of it. And then it coiled again. Still in. Okay? Now, I didn't go forward and see that. But you see why? I say either move it to break even or just get out when it coils. Move your stop. If you're moving it to break even, you move your stop. Or you just hit close. Okay? If it coils. And the simplest method is it coiled, I'm done, I'm out. If you move take profit, you can still take a full loss. You don't want to do that. You want to move your stop up. Don't ever include commissions in break even. Don't try to make your commissions. You'll end up giving way more money away, worrying about $2 or $4 than you will just by doing it. Would I advise doing that on any trade or an SLZ trade? On any trade. If it coil chops after you get in and you have a chance to get out, get out. So hopefully that's a gold nugget for everybody tonight. All right. We got a trade there? Yes, no? Oh, back here. I didn't say this one. But we're in coil chop, right? No trade. Everybody's got that down. All right. So next trade is there. All right. Is that a valid trade? Nope. Is that a valid trade? So it's an elevator, which we can take in coil chop, but what's in our way? Why is it not a valid trade? The last one was against DR, that's why it wasn't valid. We got double mini magnets. That's one of the 5 major levels. It's double mini magnets. If double mini magnets are in your way, you do not want to take that trade. That is considered an obstruction. Okay. All right, now we got a filter TX with pretty low DR. That'd be iffy for me to take. I mean, it's a filter TX, so it's valid, but I don't like DR being that low because there's not a lot of stretch left in the trade. So it becomes more of a 50-50. Okay? And by low, I mean like below that low yellow line. There's a triple dipper, which is cool, but just not my favorite. And see what happened? And that is one of the rules. Low DR, don't take the trade. All right. This is one that we got a short TX. We're coming off of a wall and a dynamic magnet. So it follows all the rules, right? So yeah, you should take this trade. Ah! Now what should you be doing? Closing the trade. DR was still on the O level. I wouldn't have questioned it because of DR. We coiled. Just hit your close button. When you see that, and you're gonna know before it happens, right? Because if this bar closes up, so think about this. And now this is where you could move your take profit, because somebody asked about moving your take profit. If this bar closes up, then don't I know that if this bar closes down, we're going to be coil in advance before it closes down? So now, when I said move your stop, that was when it already moved one bar and then it coiled. Like it moved down one bar and then it coiled, so that's when you'd move your stop. But when it's on the exact same bars, I mean, this bar closed down, that bar closed up. Well, if I'm lucky enough for this bar to close back down, I went out. That's when I'd move my take profit up to basically break even. You could hit sell to close. Yeah, you could do that. Well, but it put it 2 ticks below. I would just move your take profit up. Ouch. Okay, so would that have saved some people today if they would have understood? Maybe you haven't heard that on a previous webinar. When to quit close is if you haven't already moved your stop or your take profit and it coil chops after your entry, then hit close when it gets back to break even. But you should know in advance. It's already went down, it's went up. If it goes back down, it's going to be coil chopped. So it's pretty easy to move your order. Yeah, that literally gave you 2 times to get in break even. Because it went down, it went up, it went down. Moved over here, went back down. So yeah, you had plenty of opportunity. And I thought yesterday was a better trading example day. So that's why I pulled it up. All right, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see here. Let me move back. All right, what about this double TX? Yep. Nope. Exactly. Going right into a wall and a dynamic magnet. What about this one? Do we take it? We got 2 to 3 bar chop. No, it won't change your take profit. But it may feel you better than 2. 2 is that price or better. This one passed through the wall, which would be important, but we're in 2-3 bar coil chop right now. Do y'all see that? You also got double clusters, very good. So yeah, be patient, wait for the next trade. All right, is that a valid trade? I know we don't have an OD number on it, so it doesn't really tell if it's ODD or not, but assuming it's not. That might have been an ODD trade that would have got you, except for you're going right into a dynamic magnet. So 1, 2, going right into the dynamic magnets. He might have chosen not to get that, or that might have got you. So just seeing that it's 116%, I'm going to assume that that had ODD on it. Now, have we had 3 winning trades already? So should we have taken that trade anyway? Yeah, and there's a couple trades I have said actually not to take. Like yesterday I said one, today I said one. This was one I actually said not to take. Did anybody avoid that trade this morning I called out? I said do not take this trade. Saved you some money. And I called an audible out this morning too. That we won. I was reading stuff on Market Flow and on the DOM where it just didn't look like it was going to keep going. So it was just advanced experience saying don't take it. There's no way you would have known otherwise. But if you would have already got your 3 and stopped, would it have mattered? Like you should have been done before that came up anyway. But that's one loss that would have happened had you been trading on your own with about, what, 6 wins or so that we've called? Let's see, we wouldn't take that trade, right? It's a naked TX. Yeah, the crash. I got that crash yesterday. I made 1,000 ticks. I think that's what it was. I was inside of the trade. And, let me see, I'll pull it up. Hold on a second. Where is that image? Library. Just want to see if this was at that time. I got in about 10:20. What time is this? 10:40. Yeah, so I was in way back there. So right about this time, I was looking at the market going massively short, and on financialjuice.com, a story popped up about a huge assault in Iraq that had a lot of casualties. And I think that's one of the reasons why I said don't take it, because I'm like, the market's about to go down. Aaron also brought up the thing. I brought up the article. I posted the article. I'll zoom this in for you if you want to see it. That's maybe a bit much. Here, just. But literally, this is in one of my live accounts. But I only did 2 contracts, but I was up 1,000 ticks. Made. I was up 10 grand. And that's one trade. That's just with 2 contracts. So it was a simplicity trade combined with news. So I wish I would have done more, but you know, it's one of those things I'm like, oh, this could get really hairy. I'm just going to go in a couple. That's the most I got on a single trade in like an hour. Right, that's why I only did a couple contracts, because I'm like, things are going nuts. Let's see, right here, we got a trade here. Nope. Trade here. Nope, not an ODD. So it didn't make a lower low. It was a range bound, so you could have went range bound on it. Like right there. A little more. It takes a little more experience to do range bound, though. I wouldn't suggest doing that till you're really comfortable calling ranges. See, 174%, so not there. Yeah, that last one was range bound. You could have done right. So this one, definitely not. I'm trying to take it to 11 o'clock. Okay, here's an interesting one. What about this one? What about this SLZ? Oh, yeah, we did miss that one. Could take it. What about this right here? I'm interested to see what y'all say. Some are saying no level, but isn't 3 of anything a stack? And don't we have 3 I zones? Stacked on top of each other? SLZs can be late in a trend. Only elevators and third bar swings have to be early in a trend. This trade, yeah, I skipped it on accident. That is an ODD trade that was valid and won. Good catch. Sorry, I went right past it. But this one is one that could be easy to miss because you're looking for like a dynamic magnet or a wall, but you're not thinking about a stack, and there's a triple stack right there. So yeah, it was a valid trade. Let's see here. What about this one? So, yep, ODD. Now we got an elevator. So what should you be doing right now? Well, if you close it now, you're going to basically take max loss. So you're going to want to, you bought here. You're going to close it down here when you only got 3 more ticks to lose? grab your, since it's down here, take your take profit and move it on down. And hope it goes back up. And it goes back up. And you're out. It still won. But you know what? That saved us 2 times today, didn't it? Why not move your stop loss? Well, you entered long at this price. Your stop is down here. You can't move your stop above where the market's currently at. The one where we moved the stop was when the market had already moved up a bar and then went into coil. So if it's already moved up a bar, then you can move your stop up. Like you're up 5 ticks. But if it's moved down a bar, you can't really move your stop anywhere. There is 2 clusters, but technically the cluster on the bar doesn't count. It's the bars before. And also ODD can go against double clusters. Okay, so let me go over this, make it really clear. If it goes down right on the same bar where you got in, you're going to have to move your take profit. If it closed up and then came down, then but you're about to have coil chop a bar higher, then you'd move your stop. You can only move your stop when you can move it up. You move your take profit when you can move it down. Or Jim can make a button to make it go to break even automatically for us, maybe. Is that what you're saying, Jim? We might add that into the chart trader. Would that be a good thing? Like a break even button? All right, no promises on time frames, but we'll work on it. You'd have to know, Jim, whether to move the take profit or stop loss to break even, depending upon where the price is at. Like if the price is above the market, it'd have to move the take profit. If it's below, it'd have to move the stop. All right, I'll work with Jim on that. But in the meantime, have y'all learned a really important lesson right there about moving your stop or take profit and when to move it to break even when you get into coil chop after an entry's happened, before take profits happened? And that's why I wanted to do yesterday, because almost always I do same day, and it's taken longer than I thought it would. I was going to do both days. But I saw yesterday, and I'm like, there are some good, some really good lessons. Would that be a trade? Just trying to go to 11 o'clock. Nope. All right, double TX short, and it is ODD with a mini magnet on top of a flux, and it's a double TX. We have a lot of stuff going for us on this trade. Yep. And that takes us to 11 o'clock. Okay, so we only got through yesterday, but I was just looking through yesterday, and I was like, there's some good lessons in that day. And I figured it was more important to teach all those good lessons. And today would have been just more normal. Yeah, it can be better to review the harder days. I was looking through today, and I'm like, this was just easy. I was looking through yesterday, and I'm like, man, there was a lot of little things in here that I thought were important. Yeah, we can maybe do a PM session. There may not be many trades, but we can do it. It really all works out the same way whether it's night or day. It's just you're going to have less bars. Usually, unless it's tonight, when there's a lot of them. So remember, tomorrow we got the Fed funds minutes coming out. We're going to have Georgia Senate race coming out either tonight or tomorrow. They got in 81% of the vote, so I'm pretty sure we're going to know the results of Georgia tonight. Currently, Republicans are in the lead in both by a point. Just looking at the live updates right here. But again, we got Fed meeting minutes. Also, we're going to have the whole Senate electoral challenge thing, which really isn't going to have any impact, except for it's just going to be able to state a lot of the facts about what happened in the presidential election, cause a 2-hour delay, and they'll come back and they'll vote. But that still can cause some volatility. We got PMI coming up. Friday, we have NFP. Okay? So Friday, we have NFP. And that will have a big impact. That's early in the morning. So just a lot of news this week to be aware of. Be safe while you're trading. All right. Well, I hope y'all got a lot from tonight. I hope you take a few things away. If you can take away one or two things, then we accomplished the goal. Just to make you a little bit better and add to that edge every time. So, all right. Well, y'all have a fantastic day or a fantastic night, and I will see you tomorrow morning.